Shanking. Not great, is it? Thankfully, I don't do it often. But some people do have a real problem with it. Why some people are serial shankers. Doesn't sound good when I say it like that. But you know what I mean. They can't stop shanking. I'm going to show you how and why it happens and how you can fix it really easily. The problem with shanking is that the ball is coming off too close to the heel and catching the hosel. And that's never good. Gonna end up in some nasty places. Let's see if I can deliberately shank one. So I just want to go up here. Really not pretty, is it? But if you know how to shank, you know how not to shank. And what I did to deliberately shank that one is I put weight on my toes. That means I'm leaning forward. And then when I come into the ball, that club is coming in on this point. So the simple thing to do is, instead of leaning the toes, put your weight through your laces, not on the heels because you'll be leaning back. Put your weight through the laces here. And then it's a very easy shot. So we know if you have the weight on your toes, it's pulling you forward and your tendency is to hit off more of the heel of the club. But that's not the only reason it can happen. If you are coming way over the top on your swing and you're not rotating, your hands are going out too far and your club's coming down out here. Again, it's covering it to this point. And you might get away with it, but if you're slightly, half a ball in the wrong direction, it catches the hosel and it's gone that way. So we have to be careful to keep the hands in and rotate, not just use the arms to swing. If you rotate, your hands are going to come more in on the follow through and you've got more chance of getting that club back online. But the main thing is to get the hands down before they come around. So in a normal swing, just try and drop the hands here and then swing through. That brings it back from the inside out and you'll be fine. And what about the serial shankers? I've just shanked one, pretty upset about it. Hopefully they didn't hit anyone over there. They're either got to play it again if they've gone off the course, or they go over there. What do? They shank it again, but have they really shanked it? They know it's because the club was too much that way, so they might stand a bit further back. They lean back away, and what they're doing then is that, and that wasn't a shank. That was off the toe. And all the people I've watched who think they shank, actually most of them are towing it. And you can tell the difference. When you tow the ball, it kind of goes straight out that way. If you shank a ball, it knocks spin and it'll actually curve out that way. So the serial shankers may well have shanked the first one, but the second one is a toe, or some people call it the toe shank. In other words, it's gone that way, right off the end of the club. Right, after that masterful demonstration of how to shank a ball, let's go into the range and I'll show you extra problems you can get off a range mat, or indeed off very hard summer ground. Something to be aware of. but that could be your problem as well. Let's go have a look. So we're looking at shanking. And as I said, if you're on hard ground or mats, there's another reason why you can shank. Now, if you imagine you're coming steep on the ball or you're hitting hard into the ground, on nice grass, you go through that. Soft ground, you go through that. The problem on hard ground is you can't go through. If you're coming in hard, what happens is the club slides away from you to make that room. Oh, it's going to bounce you up, but what tends to happen, the club comes in, I'll exaggerate, instead of it going down and through the ground, it can't do that, so it has to make more room and it slides out. And of course, if you were here and it slides out, now you're on the hosel. Now the shank's happening. Now the other problem you get on mats, so you can think you're hitting the ball great, but a lot of the time you're coming in, it would be a fat shot. You're coming in here, the club is then sliding, so by the time it gets the ball is when it causes the shank. If you hit the ball first and you're bottoming out, watch the drill I did in the bunker, if you're bottoming out here, just after the ball, then it doesn't matter if that club slides out. He's already hit the ball. That's not a problem. So on the mat, it's because you're coming in fat, it's sliding along the mat, so you think you're going to get a good strike, especially if you hit it. You think, oh, that was great, but you've hit it fat. You're just not knowing you're doing it. But if it slides outwards, so it's sliding, you're looking, sitting towards you, I've come in an inch too early, the club cannot go down, so it has to make room, it goes out, it's come off there. It's nasty. Let's see if I can demonstrate one. You know, it was a little bit of more of a slice of the shank. Let's try again. There we go. Horrible mess, gone that way. And can't see the mark on there. Look at your club afterwards. You'll see a mark there. You might see my normal mark here, but the bad one, you'll see a print. Often see a print on the hosel. You see the print off here, off the toe, and that's the toe shank. So ways to fix it. You set up correctly, you got the proper distance out there, you're not in too far, if you're here, it's going to be hard for you to get in close. You've got to give yourself some room to swing, but then not lean on your toes. If I've given myself room and then I lean on the toes here, I'm falling forward. So sit here, weight through my laces, get your knees just above your laces, that's where you want it. And from there, let's make a nice, easy swing. So distance from the ball, weight through the shoes. The next thing is try not to come over the top. None of this. Get your hands out too far. So you come in here, allow yourself time for the hands just to move first. There, move, turn. That will help you do some nice draw shots as well. And the third is ball position. If you're desperately trying to get the ball up and you keep playing it out here, you're nearly always going to hit the ground first. And you're either going to slice them or as I said, slide in, shank it, or you're reaching for it, your weight's gone forward. So this is a 7-iron. I start with it in the middle, and I know where my low point is. I know from my bunker drill, my low point is here, fractionally forward of the center position with a 7-iron. Might change slightly, longer irons might be slightly forward, shorter irons slightly further back, but only half a ball either way. So if you find your balls here and you shank often, it's probably because you're bottoming out early. And if you're far too back, like trying to play it off the back foot, well, that club, if you've gone anywhere forward, that club's coming on top. Now, if I played that off the back foot, yeah, got to be very careful. So I suggest find out your low point. For me, it's there. If I start right to that, I see the ball want to be just in front of the low point, which for me, for a 7-iron, pretty much dead in the middle. And the way I do it, I can actually adjust my stance. So for short irons, always start like this. I always have the same distance step out. Short iron, so 9-iron, might be that. Pitching wedge might be that. 7-iron, 4-iron, and my driver. You see, that distance to the ball is pretty much the same for every shot. But I'm adjusting the ball position by moving this closer. And for short iron, you're not swinging so hard, but you want to get perfect contact. So set yourself up, ball just in front of your low point. Weight through the middle of your shoes, through the laces. Turn it back. Start to drop and then swing around. No more shanking. It's not good for you.